Welcome to the third Mana Pool video update. This week, I'm going to demo the new Commander deck builder we're brewing, so you can brew on Mana Pool too. I'm also going to spotlight performance improvements we shipped last week on the main site and talk about our plans. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe and share with your favorite Magic playing friends and help spread the word about Mana Pool. First, let's cut over to the deck builder demo. I plan to have this out for alpha testing this week, so then you can bang on it and let me know how you like it and what ideas we should implement. Let's take a look at the wireframe first. I have this that I've been iterating, going back and forth between the code I'm building and the design, as the ideas crystallize based on what I'm building. For this, I want to focus just on building EAH decks, because this will guide all the design choices for the deck builder, plus make it unique in the Magic world for its focus. It'd be fairly easy to build a 60-card deck builder later too, but by focusing on EDH, we can get the design for that just right. For this design, you don't have to set the commander right off the bat, but that's the expected workflow. That will help filter your searches based on commander identity. Then you start searching for cards, and we'll also suggest cards up here that might be good for your deck to give you some ideas. You can see the initial state when you first start building the deck, and then this is what it looks like after you've started adding cards to your deck. Now I'll cut over to the actual prototype. Here's a deck I had in progress, but if you go over to your profile, you can see your list of decks. I have a bunch of decks I've been tinkering with as I've been working on the prototype. But let's just start a new deck. If you immediately start to search, will filter out all the banned cards, and if you've already chosen a card for your deck, it'll tell you that's already in your deck too, to prevent you from adding multiples. And then it will also show you these suggestions here. For the suggestions, this is actually using ChatGPT, a popular AI tool under the hood. My end goal is to also let you search and filter for card suggestions rather than just having these suggestions for your deck, but that's just something that'll have to come later. This was pretty easy to build. ChatGPT makes it super easy to build an API without having to do tons of work to figure out exactly how to recommend the cards. It's actually pretty smart about how it recommends cards. So let's see, I can search for Zoranor. That might be a card I want to have in my deck. I can limit it to Tatyova once I've set my commander. Then when I'm searching for things up here, it will limit it to cards in the search that are, according to my commander identity, only blue and green. I still need to have the suggestions filtered by commander identity, but that's a pretty quick thing to add that I'll probably get around to today. So I can just add a bunch of cards to my deck. Once I'm happy with what I've got, I can give it a name and save it. And now this also shows up on my deck list here. I can go back and further edit it as much as I want. And the remaining stuff I have to do is set it up to where you can import an existing list so you can tweak it, or pump it over to our deck buyer so you can buy the actual deck. Or I'd also like you to be able to select any particular printing because you probably don't want the gold bordered Zerrin Orb that we're suggesting at first. And it should probably also, be limiting it to playable cards. So there's a bunch of little things left to do, but it's really coming along, and I feel like we're going to have a version of this out for you to play with very soon here. I'm also excited about the ability to use this sort of interface to let you work with a precon. With each new set, Wizards puts out a set of precons, and it'd be a cool thing to be able to load the initial precon in, get suggestions for how you might update it, and then get the cards to go along with your precon or for the precon you already bought. So that's something I'm stoked about too. I've been really focused on this the last few days, but my partner George has been working on the main site. In particular, we've been trying to make it faster. As we've been working, the site's gotten a bit slower, and it's been taking longer to load the pages. So we're ratcheting down the performance on that. So now when you go and load this page, it loads pretty quickly. And as you page through it, this also loads pretty quickly to where, it makes it much easier to figure out what you want. People really do get bored if there's any lag between how much time you have to wait to look at each card. This main browse is now loading pretty quickly, and you can page through quickly. And this whole browse experience feels pretty nice to me. It's pretty easy to see which particular kind of card it is. It's easy to add these to your cart. It's easy to bop over to your cart and buy the cards. And on top of that, we have lots of great sellers on the site now too. You can see the seller list grows every day now, and lots of them have really great selections of cards. And so it's all really piling up to make a really nice experience. So that's where we're at this week. We're ratcheting this down to where it'll be faster and nicer to use, and we're building this new feature that we think will be really important to the overall experience of the site. So if you love Manapool, I encourage you to both make a purchase on the site this week and like this video and subscribe on YouTube and to keep seeing updates on our progress. And coming up, if you're on a mailing list, I'll let you know that it's time to come test out the deck building experience. I'm having a lot of fun working on this deck builder, so I'm going to get back to that now, and I appreciate everybody tuning in.